All right, so we are live right now. We're about to do a paranormal investigation at the Adventurers Club. This place, the first time I went there, it's totally haunted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And we are going live. What are we going live at? We're going live at both
on TikTok and on Instagram.
Boom.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So I think this is the place. But got the bars.
Well, it's in the middle, maybe. Yeah.
Hope this is it.
I mean, it feels haunted already. This is totally.
Let's go.
All right. This place. The hell? Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Adventurers Club.
Oh my God.
How have you been?
Tell us about this place. Thank you so
Well,
much.
yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much for letting us come in here and do the first paranormal investigation here ever. Jack, this is cool stuff. This is what I'm totally stoked on. Tell me a little about this place.
So you're at the Adventurers Club of Los Angeles here. I'm the president. Obviously haunted, right? You can hang out, keep all the lights on and everything and work for a while, but when it starts getting late, you're like, I need to go home now. So I appreciate you guys coming out to have some experts out to actually take a look and do an investigation. So I'd love to show you guys around.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I'm working, like I'm one of those guys that like if I hear something, I'm like, all right, it's time to leave. You hear stuff in other rooms. The craziest thing I saw was actually on the security cameras. I just got like a motion alert or whatever.
Really?
And there was a camera motion alert and I went on, it was like a giant crash, right? And I'm like, oh, man, like there's an earthquake and like stuff's all over the place. And I called some other members of the board. There's probably something jacked up. So just be prepared when you come in, get in a little bit early and we're gonna have to clean something up. And we came in and there was nothing out of place. It was a loud crash.
We're getting the tour. This
That's
is the Adventurers Club in LA and it's haunted. You could just tell.
This is the President's Hall, right? This has pictures of all of our past presidents on the wall.
Oh, wow.
And there's a camera up in that corner.
Okay.
And basically that thing rattled and it sounded like a bookcase fell over or something. And like it shook and I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at the camera and there's nothing in here. I'm like, so maybe something in the attic or maybe something, this is going to be a pain in the butt when I come in. What is it? And then nobody could find anything wrong with the place.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Were those there when that happened?
What's that?
The muskets you have there?
Oh, yeah.
Are those original Enfields and Springfields?
I can't tell you. The barrels have been plugged.
Okay.
Like all the weapons that we have in here have been demilitarized.
Do they have the tip at the end that has the poison?
We do have some poison darts laying around here, which is crazy because like my kids find them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's like an actual poison dart. Oh, here they are. We got all this stuff that's just like sitting around. If you know anything about poison darts, they're not actually supposed to have the fletching on them.
Up in the beginning, I'm sure.
One of these has a black tip on it somewhere in there.
These items here are from not just anyone. They're from explorers bringing stuff back, right? Tell me about that.
The Adventurers Club of Los Angeles is 100 years old. So the first members that came into this organization, they were in the 20s, right? So they were adventurers in the 20s. You're founded by this guy, Jack Rulak.
Where's Jack?
Right in the middle there.
This dude.
That guy. He was born in 1893.
That's when adventuring to those places were like serious.
It's dangerous.
And
We've always been dedicated to like sharing stories, and along with that is logistics and planning. So this is where you can come and meet people who've done it and learn how to do it successfully and you know what the ins and outs are, make lots of connections here. And that persists to this day. If you want to go somewhere in the world and you show up here, you're going to find someone that can help you out.
how many members altogether have there ever been?
So I believe we just inducted 1,255. Number
Altogether,
1,255.
ever?
Yeah.
How many are active right now?
About 150.
How do you get in?
You got to know someone. You got to show up to the meetings and you got to get to know people. And then someone will offer you an application at some point. Yeah, we have a pretty extensive application process. You go through and, you know, you submit your application, you submit your references. Every reference gets called, right? And someone from the club has a conversation with
This
them.
is like old school Moose Lodge, it's special handshake and
And
everything.
then you come in, you do an interview in front of a board and they make a recommendation.
Okay. I just wanted to take a look. There would be stuff on the barrels. Yep, right there. Okay. Well, this one isn't Enfield, I believe. U.S. military. And I believe that one is either Civil War or War of 1812, but I'm going to go Civ War with the flintlock.
Tell me about
Adventurers Club of Los Angeles. And we're just getting started on the tour. Check this out in here. So big, large room. And I don't know if there's a couple things to notice about this. So our club's 100 years old, right? We weren't always here. We moved here about 30 years ago. And before we were here, this was a Masonic lodge. If you notice, they still got the north, south, east, west places, and they normally have the grand Mason. But they moved out, right? They consolidated some lodges, and we moved in, and we brought all our stuff that we'd been collecting for, at that point, 75 years. So
right away, this is a mammoth tusk, right?
yes, a skull and tusk.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
So pretty wild. And this was collected by one of our members and donated to the club, again, back in like the 20s and stuff, when you could still do it.
you see how it looks at the top? It looks like they used to think a cyclops when they found this in Greece. This stuff as
Oh yeah? Yeah, it does, huh?
That it was a cyclops, supposedly. If anyone out there,
I do have to say this is going to be a fun investigation tonight because there are so many faces looking at us. And it's not like spirit faces. I'm like looking around, I'm like, oh, hi, bear.
The howler monkey in there and
Oh, yeah.
all these, yeah, there's a lot of taxidermy. People did taxidermy because it was scientific, right? Like you didn't have good cameras. So if you wanted to study an animal, you had to shoot it and
Get up close.
and stuff it. So we've got a lot of that stuff left over here. All of our people do photography these days. I don't think we don't have anybody that hunts more than like quail. Because sometimes you get info on the tags, but we're all volunteer. So sometimes stuff is tagged and sometimes it's,
Catalog, but not tagged.
yeah, drum. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is where we do all of our meetings.
this place is nuts.
Yeah, so for as long as we've been in this building, every week we have someone on the stage telling their story of adventure.
I'm just feeling, and I don't really feel much, but you got to feel something here about paranormal activity, right? Jack, what's your take right away? What's your immediate feeling?
They're not in here. That's what I can feel. But they're watching. I feel like they kind of like to sit and observe.
Who's they?
I don't know yet. I'm
Right.
still figuring that out.
And then
But I've actually seen a couple movements in that hallway right there. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting night, I think.
We start all of our meetings by ringing that bell right there. We stand in a silent toast to all absent, departed members and fellow adventurers. Right? So as we ring the bell, when a member goes on the great adventure when they pass away, we ring them out and we place their member badge right here.
members,
Yeah.
right?
These are recently departed. Like this is Don Walsh's badge. Don Walsh went to a lot of deep places, if you know anything about deep sea exploration.
Right when you said his name, yo,
Did you see something?
I heard something over this way. Theater chairs, where they come from?
The theater chairs were the old Masonic lodge stuff, right? Some of these chairs, you'll see people's names on the back, and they basically gave a couple $100 to buy a really nice oak chair.
And this used to be a Masonic lodge.
I know a little bit. I'm a Mason, so I got to be quiet about a couple things.
To
So
watch.
do you recognize the
Like, I know,
bam?
yeah.
Oh, it's even the ceiling.
Yeah, there's symbolic stuff. There's some stuff that's missing, but I think the ceiling's been probably painted over since. But there used to be things that would be up there that would represent. There's certain symbols that you look for, and the way that it's set up, like you said, the seating. My grandfather was the master of the lodge up in Canton, New York, and he was a 32nd degree Mason. He was a Shriner. And when he passed, I got to meet the Masons of that lodge, and I got to shake their hand and thank them for the prayer that they came in and offered for him. And it was really nice. I got invited in, and I look forward to continuing that journey. The Masons have a lot of spiritual connection. They believe in a higher power, and there's a lot of historical background that they delve into.
So there's been a lot of people through this room. A lot of people have sat in this chair, listened to stories of adventure. That book there dates back to the 40s. Everybody that gives a talk here signs in. I saw you walk over to this
I
the
did.
other night.
I
Did you-
did. I hope it's there.
Then somebody signed below him.
How did that happen?
I know, right? How's that? Who is it? Maybe it's.
Anyway, this book goes back to the 40s, and everybody's giving a talk is signed into this book, which is super cool.
And give me the bangers. Who's in it?
Buzz Aldrin's in here. Is the one I know. It's the most.
I heard with Buzz Aldrin, if you would have like told him the moon faker, he'd cringe
There
up
he
his
is.
little wrinkled fist and punch you in the face.
Yeah,
you know?
that was an awesome video. I saw that video.
Yeah. Oh, you're a moon faker? Bam! Right?
That's amazing. That's his autograph. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Where is it? Point to it.
Right there.
Point. Put your finger on it. There it is. Yep. Okay, so that. Buzz Aldrin. Come on now. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he's an honorary member of the club. He came by, he gave a talk, and he signed the book.
Gosh.
That's so cool.
So yeah, if you're feeling people that are sitting around watching, like that's our vibe here.
Back row too,
Yeah, the back row.
where we don't want to talk to you, but we want to just watch and see what you're doing.
We got some guys that perpetually always sit in the back row.
So question, you said about the bell ringing. You only do that during meetings, so I'm guessing you wouldn't be able to do that tonight because there's no meeting.
We can ring the bell if you.
Maybe.
During paranormal investigation, I think we should ring the bell to signal that we're here to meet with them. Maybe that will bring the people that have passed on in.
Ooh.
I would just ask that we have a moment of silence for all absent departed members and brother adventurers, as we always do. So we're not ringing it for nothing.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Solid. Solid. Yeah, let's do it. All right. Do you want to do that now or?
All right. You want to see the dining hall, the library?
I want you to show me what you think is haunted.
Okay.
Show me what you think is haunted. Let's look.
Go. Couple bit. I don't know. There's some mildly creepy stuff back in this corner. This is the Suma company flag. If you remember back in the day when Howard Hughes was alive, the Russian submarine sunk, and they tried to recover it by building a boat with a giant claw
Yeah.
that like goes to the bottom of the ocean and was going to pick up the sub and pull it back up.
There was a talk here about it. I saw it, right? Yeah.
And that was the flag that flew on that ship. But it got all tattered, and the company didn't want their tattered flag flying around in the port of Los Angeles or Long Beach or wherever. So they ordered someone to take it down, and that someone was a member of the club. And he snagged it for us.
And was there deaths attached to that flag?
Well, who knows? They were grabbing in the submarine that had a lot of dead Russians on it. So they went
boat
out there
did.
with that. They flew that flag, and they were trying to grab the submarine that had sunk with everybody.
This. What's that?
Oh, the ejection seat. I don't know. A disappointing story on that. I found that actually out in the desert.
Wow.
Basically, two guys had a bad day. From what we can tell, that they survived their ejection.
Wow.
I have a fun story about this seat, actually. One of my friend's fathers, Jack Shatraw, he's passed away now, was Air Force. He was the first person to be launched out of one of those.
Imagine.
This
Model.
Compressed back.
Yeah, he had a horrible back.
But those guys had a bad day. So I think we should keep going this way. This is Bob Silver's flight jacket. Bob Silver, his face is on that wall over there.
Nice.
He's one of our more storied members. So his flight jacket's here.
Is he still around?
He's not.
Oh, and that's his jacket right there.
That's his jacket.
He'd be stoked to be here talking about his stuff, right?
Yeah.
He'd be like,
He's got a patch from El Toro 1950, which is pretty cool.
wow.
His face doesn't exist.
And what's his background? A real Top Gun type
all
of guy?
sorts of stuff. He just standard adventurer, like he was in the military, but he tramped around the world backpacking.
This guy,
all sorts
huh?
of-
Look at him.
Surfer,
He
right?
looks like, oh, really?
yeah,
I can
like
sit and talk to that guy.
like first surfer, like first guys surfing in California type of deal. This case has some interesting things in it. That lump of coal came out of the Titanic. Those two lumps of coal.
How did they get it out?
I just picked it up because it broke apart and there's coal laying on the ocean floor and it's not supposed to be there. These cups went down to the Titanic because
You
of
have
our
members
members.
that went
Yeah,
there.
went. That's a whale penis.
Oh, that's
Walrus. Walrus. That's a walrus bone, literally.
What are these rocks of importance? Bottom of the boat?
Artifacts. Chumash artifacts.
Oh, Chumash.
Yeah.
They're here in Southern California, right? Chumash?
Yeah,
No.
Chumash is Southern California.
And what's this piece of painter plaster from Cecil B. DeMille? Movie The Ten Commandments.
That's cool. You were just talking about him today.
Yeah, we went to his grave. Everything here is from someone who's passed away, am I correct?
Yeah, a lot of it. A lot of these early artifacts, because you just can't have this stuff anymore. We can have it because when the date that it was donated is so early.
Yeah.
Of course. 50 cal right there, right? Or even more than that.
That's 50 caliber from people diving. John Goddard's kayak down the Nile and that.
What year? Like back in the day? So these are real adventurers right here. And these are their artifacts that...
They used or brought back or found when they're out there.
That's amazing.
So this is our library. A lot of books from members, right? Some general knowledge. A lot of books that are actually written by members,
Ooh.
right? We have some archives in the closet. We got a bunch of random papers
I mean,
all over the place, obviously.
Oh, this is like a gold mine for people that are into just finding amazing, nothing like it in the world.
Yeah.
How cool.
Crazy bat. Okay, so let's see some of the cool stuff here.
Oh, hello.
So this is not a real cannon. This is a cannon from Mutiny on the Bounty, the movie.
What?
Oh,
Yeah. So you know the story.
Mr. Christensen.
Yeah. The story of Mutiny on the Bounty is insane, right? Like,
What?
oh, I'm not a historian, but basically, like, this boat took off and it's out in the Pacific, South Pacific, I think, and they got into a disagreement and basically they mutinied against the captain. And they set the captain loose, and with some people that were loyal to the captain, they set him loose on a dinghy. The rest of the crew, the mutineers, took off, but they didn't know where to go. So the captain ends up making it back, paddling across wherever, and they're like, we're going to go after those guys. But these guys bounced around different islands, and they wound up on Pitcairn Island.
Right.
There was nobody there, and they hunkered down. There's still people that live on Pitcairn Island that are descendants of that original mutineers crew.
Yeah.
I gotta ask about that mask.
I know. Look at
Ooh.
it. Right away, I went right to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's legit. This is legit.
Yeah, because like this one is from Indonesia up here, this crazy red one. Guys love to go to these festivals where people dress up in these masks and everything, and then it's obviously something that they can bring back.
The thing I keep on
buy it.
getting off, I think, is like Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's totally a witch doctor thing, yeah.
Okay, so here's some stuff that saw some action. One of our members, his name was Roy Rausch, and this is his BAR from World War II. Roy Rausch is a highly decorated Marine, and he did work with that rifle.
Oh, this thing is totally haunted. If a weapon's haunted.
So above it is this is a Japanese flag, right? And this is like a good luck. So this is a battle flag. He told a story about this flag. Some guy stood up, yelled, blew the bugle, waved this flag, and Roy said, I plugged him.
Got smoked.
And
There's some energy in this flag, no doubt.
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think as World War I, this machine gun, if you'll notice that this machine gun was captured as well. It has a bullet hole.
Is this a German gun?
Yes.
What are these swords here?
That's a naval officer's sword. I used to carry one of those. I was in the Navy. It's like
wow.
the exact same sword. I've got one. And then the other one is different. So this one, I'm almost positive is a ceremonial sword. But this one could have been a real sword.
That's the last
What does
resort,
it say?
right?
So this is excavated from a battlefield.
Oh.
So that got pulled out of the ground.
Oh, that's so haunted right there.
That's was found in a Canadian battlefield?
1759.
7
years
That's over
war.
from my area, I
Oh.
think.
That's haunted for sure.
A lot of this stuff's got energy on it. I saw this.
The bike?
Oh, yeah.
I love just because of all the different flags.
And what's up with
the
this?
story, yeah.
This is like when Papillon.
A guy rode this bike around the world, right? Like you can read the tags on here. He first across the Russian blockade. So I think it was
Oh, wow.
1949. Berlin, Amsterdam, London, Hanover, Copenhagen, 51. Milan, Rome, Benghazi, Wadi, Alpha, Khartoum, and Asmara. It's cool because he did his trips and then he wrote them on there and drew the flags and everything. Yeah, pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Captain James Wilson. This has a tag on it. This is one of the objects that we 3D scanned.
That's amazing.
The Keeler Saints exhibit. This is a recent exhibit that came to us. Catholics did missionary work in like Brazil and South America. They encountered tribes or indigenous people that would often have some sort of animism type stuff. So you bring the Catholic Church in and they have habits of praying to idols. Christianity is great, but I got to have an idol, right? So they're like, here's the Virgin Mary. So they created these Virgin Marys so that they could pray to it. And an interesting thing about these is the little baby Jesus on all these is detachable. You can see it's loose, right? And what they would do is if they prayed to Mary and things weren't going well, they weren't getting their prayers answered, they'd take the baby Jesus away from her.
What?
These were all dated like the 17th century, I believe, and they were collected in the early 1900s. And one of our members got them out of Brazil.
Oh, wow.
Right before they have an antiquities law that went into place like a couple years later.
But is it safe to say that this stuff here has a lot of energy, people praying on it? That has a lot of energy, I would think. This is a point of interest for us, for sure, for tonight. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to get a tour, and then we're going to go shut off all lights, and we're just going to be here for a while. And paranormal activity testing, and we're going to be doing a lot of paranormal investigation and seeing which items, if any, are haunted, and we can get some evidence to show you guys.
You want to see a coup de grace, someone that's been watching you this whole time?
Oh, yeah.
some military stuff in here, boots and stuff like that, but you come over here to our
Tiki bar. Yeah, nah.
I got a little tiki bar.
What?
Yeah. This is our shrunken head.
Oh my God.
Wait, is that a real shrunken head?
Yeah.
How did you guys come across that?
So this was donated, again, very early by Dr. Shrunken from Brazil. So like we spent a lot of time looking because there's a lot of fake shrunken heads out there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This one looks pretty real. There's like, all we know is like what's passed on to us. So these tags say it was donated. We look at this guy, and this guy is back in the 30s or whatever. So like they weren't faking heads as much back then.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks pretty creepy and real.
I think when we were talking to one of the members the other day, they said the biggest tell somebody said was the nostrils, because primate nostrils would go sideways and humans point down like that. Oh my God.
Oh, it's even creepier.
When you put the light on it, yeah. It's beautifully preserved though. Like her hair looks like she literally showered yesterday. Yeah, there's teeth in there. I think the best thing for us to do with this one is probably do an EVP session around it, try to communicate with it. Electronic voice phenomenon, it's when you take a sound recorder and you ask certain questions, trying to figure out. But the problem is, she's from Brazil. Do you speak any of the languages from Brazil?
Portuguese, but I doubt she would speak Portuguese.
This is haunted.
Is this place haunted? I'm like,
Come to the tiki
absolutely. I'm sure it is.
We're here on investigation, and we're at the Adventures Club in LA. And this is an awesome night. It hasn't even started yet. We're getting the tour right now, and then we're going to do a proper investigation. Jack, what do you have to say about that?
I'm excited and ready to start setting up equipment.
Yeah, and if you find anything that I left out, if you get drawn in, I want to know about it.
Absolutely.
First of all, has anyone ever been here paranormal investigating, and why us?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody. Sometimes they come by, but we just haven't had the opportunity, right? So they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this place is haunted," and some of the, I'm sure it is, and then that's the kind of end of the conversation.
So you have 100 years of stuff that's been collected and brought here that's from way back more than 100 years, thousands of years, and nobody's communicated with it. Yeah. Nope. Oh man, this is gonna be like a honey hole, honestly.
All of us were a bunch of collectors, right?
Yeah.
You grab it and you're like, that's cool, look at what I got. And you show it to everybody and then it goes in the corner. And you do that your entire life. Your house fills up and then your house overflows into the Adventurers Club. And then you go on the great adventure and your wife has to donate all your stuff to the Adventurers Club. So.
Yep.
Right. So basically when these folks pass away, they're either gets a garage sale or it comes here. You guys hopefully get your hands on it. And it's sad that out of all these people's lives that have been so sensational, it comes down to a bunch of little items that are in a dusty shelf, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we can honor them because they need honoring. These are my people. These are adventurers and people that have a lust for life. They're out there they're actually out there risking it all just for an adventure.
Yeah.
And so here we are, the ultimate adventure, which is the other side, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing right now. We're at this place. It's never been ghost hunted. I got to chill. I straight up got to chill.
I'm excited. I'm like a kid in a candy shop right now. Like I'm ready to do an investigation. I think at some point too, we go completely pitch black in here.
Yeah.
We could set the REM pod in the middle of that middle table.
Oh, yes.
And then put the EVP recorder on, have nobody walking around or talking, and ask some questions, and then go right back and review it. We have this here. There's a story to every single item you have in here.
We can go room to
stories that
room.
aren't even told yet because you got it, and it was out of somebody's grandfather's garage that had sat there for 40 years. So who's going to be on the other end? I think once we ring that bell, it's going to symbolize that it's time to come on out and talk. You're not only going to have the spirits of the things that are connected to here, but you're going to have the spirits of the adventurers that donated them because these were special to them. They grabbed them for a reason.
So double trouble.
I think you have a double haunting here. I think you have adventurers that come here. You guys have a club that it's where people who have things in common can come in here, tell their stories, and have a time away from everything on the outside world. And that's special. And I think that's why you have adventurers that keep on coming.
Every week. If they're in town, they would come here since the 20s, Wow. So again, we've continuously met. 30 years continuously, every Thursday.
That's amazing. I love it.
The point of interest to start a story.
And that's a lot why people collect, right? How does your house fill up? Well, you don't need another trinket, right? But when you go on these adventures, they're experiences. And you bring stuff back so you can remember the experience that you had there.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. Maybe you have a triple haunting at this point, because you're talking about an experience, something that is caught in time. You got a person that collected it, and then you got a person that could be attached to it already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what...
That guy's fun.
Oh, we got the mischief baboons too.
Oh.
That guy looks at you when you come out of the bathroom.
Oh, he sure does.
Yeah. I know what you did in there.
So you come out and there he is.
Is he really like right there?
Oh, this is cool. So this is Field Marshal or Marshal Michel Ney of France, and he led a retreat from Moscow.
Wow.
And Napoleon awarded him this medal right here, a Legion of Honor. And that's the medal right there.
Wait, what? Napoleon touched that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So one of our guys, and this case has
One of our guys murdered him.
who somehow got it. And we looked up Leo Mark's 312. 312 is a low number. But yeah, he could have reasonably acquired that somehow.
Wow.
And then this is like an Arctic Expedition medal from the Bird Antarctic Expedition.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so unique, right?
To them. And the fact that it's here, that button,
Yeah.
this button right here, that means so much to someone. That button right there has a lot of energy to it, you would think. This is cool.
This is a patrol for a sub, right? So you get that when you go on a combat patrol. So that's significant because if you're on a sub in World War II and you went on patrol, you were in harm's way.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Big time.
And usually these items are when something does happen, I'm saving this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything here, actually. This is cool stuff. Ooh, this is cool. Let's do this. All right, so
Do it.
do you mind if you leave us for a while?
Yeah.
You can maybe hang out one of the rooms or something.
Yeah, I'll get the
Yep.
equipment ready, and then we'll go have him ring the bell. We'll have the moment of silence to show respect for the members that they've
Love
passed
it.
on. And then,
Great. And then leave us. We'll start in that room then.
Yeah.
Okay,
That'll
great.
be good.
All right. Let me know when you want to go ring that bell.
Team with activity. He's okay with it, dude. Should go sit when he rings that bell. We'll torch stand, remove our hats out of respect. Have him ring the bell. We'll sit up on those chairs, and then we'll see if anybody comes in. I'm gonna put a sentry on that doorway and a sentry on that doorway. We're gonna see if anything comes in to sit down and join the meeting.
Oh, hello. Yes, please. Ooh, this is cool. We're at the Adventurers Club in Los Angeles. This is invite only. This is a club that you have to actually be a member. You have to do the 7 summits, or you have to do something really extreme and a lifelong love of it. And right now we're with Jack Facey, and he is an expert in paranormal activity and a ghost hunter for how many years now?
23 years. Basically, when I was 8 years old, I had a traumatic experience. I almost drowned in the St. Lawrence River. I had something pull me out. I remember hearing somebody say it wasn't my time yet. And I was pulled out of the river. My parents were standing there with a group of probably 15 or 20 people. And I came up with my arms above my head. And I remember my dad grabbed me. And ever since that happened, I was able to see spirits, feel energies, and just be able to really connect with people that have passed on. So basically, when I get something like a reading, I get a flashback to somebody else's memory. That's how that works. It's in real time. It's not a past memory. It's a memory that's happening right now. So, for example, I sometimes see things, but then there's times that an image would be placed in my head. It's something that traumatic that happened to them or something that they even enjoyed. Could be a good memory, could be a bad memory. And then there's sometimes that I'll be able to actually see them in that moment. And it comes in like you're remembering something, but it's in that moment and you're seeing them standing over there. It's a double-edged sword, for sure.
All right, so let's just get to work.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all I have to do with this one. I'm just going to have it set up. So this is actually just a magnetic monopod.
Okay.
But I got paranormal equipment here with us.
Good. I was like,
Just
that
a
looks
minute.
cool.
Yeah, it's great. So these actually were just sponsored to us by a company, Elite Paranormal Society. They make their own paranormal equipment, and these are called sentries. Now what these do is they detect motion. So when you set them up, it'll of course be going like this the whole time. It'll shut off, it'll recalibrate, and it'll come back on. There it goes. So this is a sensor on top that does 360 degrees. So when you're trying to cover a doorway to know if something's there, this is what you're going to want to use. EPS makes these. They are absolutely amazing. What we have here is a jewelry box REM pod. This is a piece of equipment that they have done up to look like an old style jewelry box. When you turn this on, It is also motion sensor.
So if something goes by there, you're gonna get a hit.
Absolutely.
If it goes off, it wasn't. We know it's something.
Yes, absolutely.
And this is amazing.
So we're going to have this up towards the front of the stage. We're going to have these two covering the back doorway. And then what we have here is the SP7 spirit box, which goes through radio frequencies. And basically it scans through FM, AM transmissions very fast. And you'll get voices that will come through that are not a part of the radio. It's quite amazing. I've actually had my grandfather come through here once, and it was plain as day, his voice.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Mine called me Chowderhead.
Chowderhead? Okay, that's a good one too.
So everyone's out of this area. Because we're going to be all over this place. All right.
Okay, so why don't you go get him to come ring the bell, and I'm going to set up the sentries. I'm going to grab that mic.
It's right here. Just so y'all know, there's no one here. Everyone's gone. It's just us. Okay? I'm going to go. Everyone is far back now. We're going to make you proud, dude. We're going to do some stuff, maybe conjure up some stuff. All right. For the people who just came in, where are we? What's going on?
We're at the Adventurers Club of Los Angeles. You guys missed the tour, but we're in our main meeting hall right now. And I think we're about to ring the bell, right?
Yes, and what is the significance for us ringing the bell at this point?
I don't know about you, but we ring the bell at the beginning of every meeting to honor all absent and departed members and fellow adventurers. We're going to do it real quick for you, and I'm going to say what we normally say out of respect. So we're doing the same thing that we normally do.
And for us, it's that we acknowledge you and we respect you, and let's talk. Show yourself.
This one up here. So when you ring the bell, I'm going to set up this sentry. This is a 360-degree motion sensor that will go off. So when you ring that, I'm wondering if somebody might enter in to the room.
Interesting.
I'll have you go up there with him, Evan. I'll set this one up. Now? Okay.
So at the beginning of every meeting, everybody just starts trickling through that door. Normally the president's standing at the podium and someone will be standing at the bell ready to ring it. And then just everybody's trickling in from the dining hall to the main room.
Okay.
So what just happened there?
Something walked by the motion sensor to trigger it. It isn't triggered by shadow or flashlight. Like you can put your flashlight over there and do this all you want. Nothing's going to set that off.
Take your hat off and respect. Respect, man.
So we do 8 tolls of the bell. So we're now standing a silent toast to all absent departed members and fellow adventurers, wherever they may be.
What was that? It's an old building, but that sounds like a big thump.
That was a good sized thump. I could feel it under my feet.
I mean, that's no. I don't even think like a human could do that kind of thump. It's like the whole building shook.
This is Lincoln Heights. I was just gonna say.
Like a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a bad neighborhood. It's a fine neighborhood, but you hear
Right.
a lot of stuff outside and inside. Who knows? We might be the cause of a lot of this. Like I said, I've heard some weird stuff here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If this is a Masonic lodge, and have you ever checked the attic at this place?
Oh yeah, I've been all up in this place.
What's the attic like? Just nuts, right?
So we got a small projector room, and then above here, there's a 3-foot crawl space all the way through. I've been up in there like a tunnel rat. Just I wired that projector.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Because roofing nails are coming through at you.
All right, so we're at the Adventurers Club, and this is a paranormal investigation with one of the best, Jack Vasey, right here, who is you've done a lot, and you've been messed with a lot, and poor guy, he's still doing
Done
it.
a lot of first investigations.
Right. And my name is Evan B. Stone, and I'm an adventure traveler, and I believe in the sense that I want to see it on camera, and I want to get the audio of it. Otherwise, it's just a fishtail, right? And I like to show some of my fish.
Yeah.
And we've been very fortunate in getting some great stuff. And what's your feeling? Do you believe in paranormal activity? What do you believe in?
I don't know. I try not to think about it, to be honest. Like when I see creepy stuff, I tend to be the guy that's, oh, see you later. Like I'm out of here. Because like I think sometimes it can be explained, but there's all sorts of stuff that you just can't explain.
And you're the curator of this place.
So I'm the president right now. We have a board of directors, and yeah, I'm just, I guess, the guy
How fun.
at the top of the organization for now.
Thanks for letting us in here. This is
Yeah, I
really
really
cool.
appreciate it.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
If you hang out here long enough, I don't like hanging out here by myself. I'll just say that. I don't know what I believe in paranormal activity or whatever, but I know I don't like hanging out here by myself.
Yeah.
I'll come in a lot and I'll do a bunch of work, and then I'll just be chilling at the end of the day, and it'll be quiet, and then I'll just
Yeah.
get the hell out of here. You hear something weird happen, and like I know what rats sound like, I know what stuff sounds like, but there's been plenty of stuff that I've heard in here that I'm like, nope, don't know what that is. Time to get back in my car and go.
I'm going to sit here.
Yep. Watch out for the microphone.
Yes,
on
I
the
see
chair.
it. I see
There
it.
it goes.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go try to hang out somewhere and.
And we're quiet.
Okay.
Please.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is so cool. So here's our mic here. We're going to use this mic.
I'm gonna bring TikTok a little bit closer. Yep. That's him.
See?
He's walking out the door. Thank you for not stepping on that too.
So now we know if that sound goes off again, it is not of this earth.
We'll finally shut off. There it goes.
So, yeah, that's good. I need a little light. That red light's nice.
And then if you take your flashlight, and I can do that. Oh yeah.
Is that okay? Good. Where's,
There's TikTok going. Are you still watching? I hate that they do this now.
do they see both of us? So we are going. We're live on Instagram and live on TikTok.
The vibe for the place. If there are any members of the Adventurers Club here with us tonight, we'd love for you to come in and sit down, communicate with us, tell us about your stories.
Right there. Did you hear that? Yeah, it was like.
That was in this.
What's the time code? The time on is 9:32. Hey guys, 9:32. If you guys hear or see anything, help us out, okay? Just claim it, and we go back into the notes, and we'll find it, and then we'll do a review.
Okay, so Evan has left the room. I'm in here by myself. Can you make a noise? Would you come down and sit here with us? There's voices outside too.
Is there?
Yeah.
They weren't saying anything.
Yeah, I'm hearing somebody right behind the building,
Wow.
but it's very faint.
All right.
But that was inside this room. There you go, man.
All right. So they said they weren't talking.
So if it wasn't them, who was it?
That's right. So now we know. Let's get back into it.
I'm about to turn on a device called the SB7 Spirit Box. I know a lot of adventurers here would probably be interested in that because it's a piece of technology that helps you explore the other side. This is a way that you can communicate with us. It's going to go through radio transmissions, and you can come up and talk to us. So I'm inviting any of you to come up, and actually, I would love it if you could tell us your name.
They only have 1,200 people ever in here, so any name comes up, we can cross-reference it.
Yeah.
And then they get their backstory, and then get a little more info, and then they start talking. This is called a trigger object or trigger word.
Can you come in and tell us your name? That's a lot of different.
I mean, I heard Sam, I heard Bill.
Okay, so if you hear something come through, say it.
Okay.
And so you have Sam and Bill?
And any of y'all who's joined, if you hear anything as well, claim it.
Yeah, let us know.
Because some people hear things in a way, I felt something too. It looked like a shadow. My light was on it, but it looked like a shadow was cutting through it.
If you're in here, can you say one of our names? Evan.
Oh, come on. Right away.
Stone!
It said it. Oh my God. Y'all heard that.
It said Evan, and then another voice said Stone. So Evan V. Stone. Can you say it one more time? Yes. Evan. Get into it. What's Evan's last name? B. Evan. What's his last name?
It's like thinking.
What the hell was that?
Okay, this is all just like happening real quick. Gnarly.
Hello? If that was you, can you just say that was me? That was, and then it gave a name.
Is it that? Yeah, that's like.
That was blank, and it was a name. What was the name of the person that just did that?
Now more?
You want more? Yeah, we want more.
Oh, see.
Right here. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is adventurers, dude. Who's talking? You know who's talking? These guys are pompous. They love to talk. They love to show off. This is the Adventurers Club. And these guys risk it all for a story. That's what they're doing with a glass of rum. Now they're gone, and they still want to tell their story. This is cool stuff.
Are you a member of the Adventurers Club? I just saw a light over there. Right by the mammoth.
I'm just going to keep my light down then. Let's see.
It was like a green light, very fast. Can you
Bam.
put your light up real quick and then just bring it down like very fast, just like your shift? Okay, it might have been the outlet right behind the mammoth. You see the light thing?
Oh, yeah.
It might have been. If you were a member here at the Adventurers Club in Los Angeles, can you tell us your number?
Ooh, good one.
Hold on, let me check. Okay, what's your number? 1.
I heard 11 there towards the end.
Okay, can you give us a really clear... That was weird, though. It was like 1.
He's come on. Magic's is number
The
one.
president that we just saw in the other room?
Well,
he would
be number one. He'd be wanting to be saying, "I'm just pushing the other ones
One.
aside."
It was like cockiness.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, look at me. Here I am.
He says, "Yeah."
And if anybody's going to stick around, it's going to be the guy that created it.
Yeah, this guy.
Okay, very clearly, can you please tell us the number of your membership here at the Adventurers Club? 17. Plain as day. We need to find out from him.
Adventurers Club number 17. What?
someone just sat in one of those seats.
I heard it creak.
It was like the air releasing and the vinyl pushing down.
Here we go, right? This is like a meeting. They think they're here for a meeting.
Yeah. You got your flashlight, right?
Yeah.
I keep on seeing some shadow movement off to the right where that sentry went off. Here's what I'm gonna have you do, Evan. Take Instagram, go out, ask him who number 17 would be. I'm gonna sit in here alone, and I'm gonna see what comes in. Then come back with the information, and then we'll try to talk to him through the SB7. Call him out by name. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I do. 17.
Number 17.
Tell me right about where do you think it was?
Oh, it was literally,
Front row.
yeah, I'd say that not the first seat, it was second seat.
Like here?
Right there in the front row, second seat in. That one.
Sure looks like something was just sitting there.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's where the sound came from, and it was very distinct.
That's cool. Some cool stuff here. We are in Adventures Club, and this is only ghost hunts ever been done here. This place is nuts. The kind of stuff that's here, I mean, it's like a horror show here. Oh. Okay, let's see. Hey guys. Hey. Who's number 17?
Member number 17. You can look it up.
I know who you are now, so I'll come back. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so here. Who's number 17? Here we go.
This is our centennial book that we just published.
We're here to number 17. Now we came back here. We're going to look it up. The members.
Edward D. Jones, big game for museums in Colorado, Alaska.
Can you write that down for me? Because I have a horrible memory. I'll keep it.
Not miles.
Okay. Put number 17, kind of circle it too.
Yeah, Edward D. Jones, number 17. Said collected big game for museums in Colorado and Alaska.
What year? 1922, probably, right? These first guys were all friends, right? Or at least knew each other.
Yeah.
It's like a men's club.
See the first notable member, 1 to 6. Skipped over a bunch there.
Hey, look, why don't you cruise through that book and then walk silently way in the back, and then if there's anything you do, find on them.
Okay.
And you come on in. Just bust the scene. Okay.
You had activity second to last.
I got some info on them. Yeah, I do.
Before you give me that info, do you want to know what we've had? Second you walked out that door, and I'm talking, the sensor was still going off. 2 drum beats behind me, and it was doof, doof, like a very low beat, and we'll probably have caught it on there. And then when you went out and all that stopped, I told them that I think it's amazing that they not only traveled around the world and preserved the history from different countries, but they pushed the bounds of what's supposed to be human capability, that they just pushed past it.
Yeah.
And they explored. If it wasn't for them, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be happening today.
That's right.
And so I said that, and I was like, can you do us the honor of come telling us about the afterlife, exploring the afterlife with us? And as I said that, it was 2 distinct knocks on the back of this wall, like this.
Oh, come on, really?
Just like they ring the bell.
Yeah, we're here.
And it was right there by that tusk.
Wow.
So what information did you get?
Okay, so here it is. We're talking about Edward D. Jones, number 17. He was one of the first members. When they first club first started, there's like a group of people that were like-minded. They said, we need to start a club because my wife wants all this junk out of my house. He was one of these early members that was true to the game. Like, you cannot come here unless your whole life was based on adventure. These guys weren't a different breed. This were in the 20s. They would use this place for meetups to do big expeditions, raise money, get the gear together. Back in the 20s, think about it. Exploration, Papua New Guinea is a Wild West. Some of these locations in the world. Mm-hmm. And they did unknown stuff. And the risks they took just for a high adventure, that's cool. This guy here.
It's amazing.
What now?
Now we say his name. And honestly, I think it would be really cool. We have this ceremony that they do every Thursday. That's when they have an explorer come in. They sit in that chair. Somebody interviews them. They have these questions, right?
Yeah. This place is full of shit.
Would you feel comfortable? Would you want to, or do you want me to sit here with the EVP recorder sitting in the chair and interview Edward D. Jones?
Yeah, we can use our mic right here as the EVP.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. I'll be here. Let's film it.
Let's do it. Okay.
So tell us what an EVP is and how does it work?
So EVP is electronic voice phenomenon. It's basically when we sit here, we have a series of questions that we ask. Now that we have the spirit's name, that kind of takes away question number one, what's your name? But we have a spirit that we're wanting to communicate with, and that's Edward D. Jones. Next question is like, when did you pass? What did you enjoy doing? Basically asking questions like you're interviewing someone who's alive.
Oh, they're all alone. This is some spooky stuff.
This would have gone off though. He was standing just like this. And then
I ran. I don't usually run, but I was like, okay, it's either a real person. But yeah, no, it was a shadow, and I just went that way. So just check to see if anybody found me. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're trying to debunk stuff that we see. Is it a motorcycle?
There was
Stuff
nobody.
out. What did you see? You just jumped out of your damn seat.
it looked like a person just standing there right in the doorway. And it wasn't any of the coats. It was a full body silhouette shadow. When I see something like that, I want to make sure I can debunk it. My brain goes, okay, there's got to be somebody standing there. So I took off running towards it.
That's
and
right.
Everybody's left the building except for the president.
Right.
And he's sitting way over in the other room with the tiki bar. And right there in that doorway, not right where the coat is here, but there was a full head, and it just turned and it walked that way.
Come on now. All right, let's get down to it.
So basically, I was explaining the EVP questions. Now, do we have the mic out and everything?
Yeah, the mic's right here. We'll give it a nice stamp so we can find it later on.
Was that a freaking raven? It sounded like a bird, but not a bird that you would have up here. I'm going to be honest with you, I've held an African raven. That's what that sounded like, was an African raven.
There's probably stuffed one around here. There's stuffed everything around here.
I have the picture, actually, of me holding the African raven, and that sounded identical.
Hi.
We are here to talk to Edward D. Jones, member number 17. Can you tell us why you're still here at the Adventurers Club? What was your favorite area to visit?
I'm gonna put that down. You can put it down so there's no rustling. Okay, good.
Do you have some questions you want to ask?
Yeah. Okay, Edward, I'm one of you. We're in the same world of high adventure. I want to know, how important is it for us to be here and to say your name and honor you? Because I know in an adventure world, that's big time. Tell me, Are you happy we're here?
Edward, can you tell us how many other members are here with us? Can you tell us how many spirits are here this evening? That movie I was just about to say, I think I'm hearing whispering in the background, like somebody's trying to talk to each other.
Right.
Are there any adventurers here that are wanting to share their story tonight?
We can ask one more. Edward D. Jones, number 17. Present yourself. Oh, I just got the gnarliest chill, dude. And that could be just me. It was like it washed over me. What is that about?
Whatever you do, don't move your flashlight.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you right now, in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th row, and it's the entire opposite side on that aisle, there's a shadow sitting in one of the chairs.
Oh, God.
And back row, 2nd row in, 3rd chair in, there's another one. And I can see them plain as day right now. I'm literally actually seeing physical shadows. 5th row, all the opposite side, outside row, and then 2nd to last row, 3rd in. Are you guys members of the Adventures Club? There's a knock right behind us.
Wow. I heard it.
I have a couple devices that are sitting around here. Could you please go walk by one of them? I promise you they won't hurt you. Tell your screen. But look and tell me that there is not a half audience full of people out there right now.
Oh, my God.
Your eyes are going to start adjusting. You're going to start seeing people.
I do. I see. Come on, that's a trick of the eye. It has to be.
Thank you for coming here tonight, guys. We appreciate you guys. Dude, it's so weird.
I see people filling in. That's just a trick of my mind, I bet.
No, it's your eyes are adjusting. I can tell you right now, I'm feeling the energies of all these people walking in here.
Because they want a story. They want to get told another adventure story.
I'm going to tell you right now, you definitely have EVPs on that recording.
Oh,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know somebody's up here right now. Because I can feel somebody behind me. We should get that EVP recorder so we can play it back in real time with the speaker in here.
Do you want me to go get it?
Depends. Do you want to be in here alone or do you want me to be in here alone?
I think we should move on to another room, you think?
I don't know. It's getting active in here and I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, and we should go if you see. I'd like to ask one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Edward D. Jones, number 17. My name is Evan B. Stone. I am one of you. I'm an adventurer. You are in the ultimate unknown. You've crossed to the other side. Can you give us a sign? And maybe you know that I'm looking for someone to maybe to reach out to. And you can help me out. I'll say your name and spread the word of your glory days. What's wrong? I felt
upset.
he's
Upset.
Why? Because I said he's passed on. He didn't know.
No, he knew. Oh. He's just sitting there, and all I can see is this.
Oh, he's sitting there like that with his hands.
He's got his leg crossed like this. He's just sitting there. He's
Is he
right
good?
there. Now he's upset.
He's upset. What did I say?
It's not anything to do with you.
We're here at the Adventurers Club in Los Angeles. It's the first time ever paranormal. And Jack just got hit with some emotions. He's an empath. He feels everything. Poor guy. Sweet.
Where's the person? Can you set off one of the devices?
What was that?
That was a cat, like a large cat.
Was it? That's something. Was it a cat?
Not a cat you would have in Los Angeles. I'm talking like a large cat.
All right, this is like fucking Jumanji right now. Fucking.
It just drained me there for a second.
They'll train you.
He's a nice guy, but he's very, this is how it is. By the books.
Probably a military man.
I definitely get military. I get something to do with the Navy. That's what I'm getting from him.
Wow.
So we're going to have to look up and see if he has a naval record. Because he gave me this image of water, and he's fixing something.
I do know a little about him. He worked for Colorado Wildlife or something, and he collected animals from around the world. And this is in early 20s.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in early 20s. They kill these animals to
Study
stuff them and study them.
There's a lot of energy in here now that we've shut the lights off.
I know.
And there's not as many people moving around. It's like with Night at the Museum kind of thing when everything gets dark and there's no one around. It's just everything comes alive, and it's...
Here we are.
There's a lot of residual, and there's a lot of intelligent energies here. There are things that, oh...
Okay, so this is 10:08. 10:08. Let's make a mark on this, because a lot of EVPs you don't hear until you play it back. Gosh, I heard something.
Yeah, maybe we move.
We could go to another room. We could just... My battery's going soon.
Waiting for connection.
I'll continue with TikTok.
Now in SB7 mode.
I That was a radio frequency. I'll put the scanner on now. Edward, I think I felt the energy. I think you had me feeling some emotions. Can you tell me what is upsetting you? On the stage. Women.
Really?
It did.
He doesn't like women?
This was an all men's club. They just recently opened it up and made women members. Not saying it's a bad thing, but somebody that's from that time period, it might. Is that what you're saying, Edward? Things change and progress. There are adventurers that are different genders, and they're able to do things that are absolutely incredible. So I think you don't have to look at them as a gender, but just as an
Badasses.
adventurer. Yeah.
Badasses, yeah.
Do you agree with that statement if you look at it that way? He's not.
Yeah, look, if anything, we're releasing him of that. Also, there's a lot of mixed energy in here. It could be him mixed with everyone else. And that's the thing, huh? It's still a party in here. They're still talking their game talk. Move on. What do we get out of this? We got a name. Number 17, we got Edward D. Jones. And if y'all could look into that, who is Edward D. Jones, number 17? And we get a little vibe on that. Let's go look around. What are we talking about, too? We're talking about these animals here. If they have a soul, which I totally think animals do, they're here. We leave that note right there. That's a kind of scary movie. Oh, man. Okay, we'll be back. Be back. Yeah. Okay, we're at the Adventurers Club, and this is a ghost hunt here. No one's ever done it. This place is bananas. That one over here? Do I turn it off?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to leave it on? Just if something happens, we'll know.
Why don't we leave them both there?
Yeah. You're not thinking right, because you would have thought of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
This place is... Uncle Squiggly. Oh, that's awesome. We
Find some stuff.
Yeah, we called out that name, and we felt like the crowd was coming in. We shut off all the lights.
Yeah.
And it was like we felt like people coming in and sitting like it's every Thursday they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Pretty cool.
nuts, right? Yeah.
We normally start in here with dinner, and everybody sits around their table and eats dinner, and then we move into the other room.
Of course, when I flashed my light, it wasn't there. This is in your mind.
Yeah.
And then Jack cashed out. He got emotionally drained.
Yeah.
And it's really wild to see
He
it.
said he saw someone in the doorway.
Yeah. It's so easy, right, around here to be like, what's that?
It's a polar bear.
Yeah.
I mean, your brain's not used to seeing a polar bear, that's for sure.
All right, so we're going to go into this room.
Okay.
And we're going to be... So tell me about yourself and what you are here.
Oh, hey, I'm Phoebe Piper. I'm the vice president.
Tell me about this place. If you seen any ghosts or heard anything, or
I haven't personally. I'm not here alone at night very much. But yeah, I haven't personally seen any ghosts or had any experiences like that. But I heard you guys had a lot of activity in the other room.
yeah, it just was popping off right away.
Yeah.
Here we go. You're gonna. This is really cool. Thank you for letting us come.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I'm excited to see what you guys find.
All right, so what are we doing now?
We're going to do the SB7.
Look at Phoebe too.
Phoebe, would you like to join us?
We're getting down to it. This is like the Ouija board.
So this is a proximity alarm, so if anything comes over in this area, we'll set that off. We also do have the other 2 sentries covering the door in the meeting room there. So if anything walks in or out of there, we will know.
And what can we tell the newcomers about if they feel or hear anything to go with it?
If you hear any kind of name that comes through the SB7, we ask that you type that in the comments. If you hear any numbers, they could have importance because there's membership numbers. Basically, it's just a little handheld radio that's been modified. It scans through radio frequencies, AM and FM. It can go forwards and backwards. This is a line of communication, just like you would use a pendulum, a Ouija board. When you use something like this, you always open and you close. You don't have to open and close every single time, but when you're done with an investigation, you say, okay, I'm done with communication. You're not welcome to follow me back, something like that. So that's one thing I always try to educate people with. Ouija boards are not any different than anything else that we use in the paranormal field. They are literally a line of communication like this. Once you pick up that phone, you have to hang it up. Otherwise, you leave that line open and you can cause a lot of problems.
I feel like I've screwed this up because I'm president and I just always get phone calls. So you just keep picking up. Oh, okay. Who's going to complain to me now?
That sounds about right.
Now I'm going to open it up to every member, right?
We were at the Hollywood Cemetery today, and the security guard said they had an Uber and a Lyft that got ordered to the cemetery in the middle of the night. So what kind of party would those spirits going to?
It is all Hollywood folks. They still want to go to the red carpet. They still want to go to the Oscars. They're like, call us an Uber. There's a new thing called an Uber. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I think that's great.
All right, let's get down.
So, yeah, basically, that's what I always tell people in communication. Pick up the line, hang up the line. So, that's basically what we're about to do.
It's ready, waiting for connection. Now,
you will hear a lot of radio frequencies coming here. It's going to be very noticeable if it is music, because you're going to hear instruments. The craziest thing that has happened with this is I have not had the SB7 on, and there has been voices that have come through the speaker, which makes literally no sense.
You can just go nuts here.
Okay, so this is going to start off loud because my speaker is terrible. Sorry about that. Just to be loud for a second. So what I'm doing is I'm speeding it up. It's going to go through 200 channels per minute. So you'll see it starting to scan. So you'll hear random things.
You get used to what it's saying, and you pick it up. You got to say it right away if you hear it.
I'm opening a level of communication with anybody who's here at the Adventurers Club. Ask that you step forward and tell us your name. Okay. Is there anybody who would like to tell us their name? Most quiet it's been all night. My name's Jack.
My name's Evan.
My name's Rich.
My name's Phoebe.
He's so scared.
What's your name? Jeffrey?
That's what I heard.
Did you say Jeffrey?
I heard Bud. Angie.
Really? Sometimes it's easier also when you're in a room that has an echo like this to ask a question, then turn it on, then shut it off.
Let's do that.
Can you guys give me a number of how many spirits are here in the Adventurers Club? Right now there's 5. So there could be a chance that they come in, they leave, just like they did.
Or it's just
Is the number always changing?
Or it is. Someone said they heard 8. One of the comments said they heard 8.
They heard 8?
Yeah, let's get the audience involved here. Here we go.
Okay. To the spirit that just answered us, is there 5 or 8 spirits? Can you come in clearly and tell us again?
Nobody. 5 or 8? 8. That was weird. It was almost like it was counting down. It said 8, 7, 5.
They come and
It's like
go. Every Thursday they'd come in like clockwork.
It's always like that here. People are in and out. They're either in town or they're out of town. They pop in, they pop out. You can be here, and you're like, oh, hey, didn't know you were coming. See someone that you haven't seen in years.
I want to ask the audience, give me a question to ask what you got. I don't know, let's see. Nothing crazy. I know. You ever checked the apparition? Ask them what their opinion on global warming is. Oh. Are you stuck, someone says.
Oh, okay, let's try that one.
See, that's a good one. Are you stuck? We're going to go with that one because I get stuck too. I think we all do.
Are there any spirits that are stuck here?
Oh, come on. That's like a screaming woman.
What's behind you?
It's the shrunken head.
And that sounded like somebody's head shrinking. Let me just ask, was that the woman that is the shrunken head behind Evan?
I'm going to show him.
I am.
All right, I'm going to show you guys what it is over here. This is a straight up. It's a shrunken head here. This is. One says no one's de-diddled here. Oh, this thing, come on. This is a legit shrunken head. It's from Borneo. I mean, come on. Someone asked, could they feel pain? It's a tough question. I don't know. I would think, I hope not. I hope when I die, I'm not going to. But what is pain when you think about it?
It could be emotional. Should I ask, are you in pain? Because it was a scream.
Ask if heaven or hell exist. I don't know. We're getting deep now, guys. You want to go all the way there? Maybe. Maybe it's the time.
Is there a heaven and a hell?
They all said they heard a yes. A whole bunch of them.
We need a definite answer. Is there a heaven and is there a hell?
Ask if there's more than a heaven and a hell.
Oh, that's a good one. Is there more than a heaven and a hell? Yes. That was a yes.
And, wow.
What does that mean? You have an afterlife. People that are haunting, they haven't moved on, so I guess that qualifies that there's a heaven and a hell, and then there's just here.
That shrunken head over there is, let's just imagine ghost did exist and it was real. That thing's like bobbling around, just being weird and giving out vibes.
There's a lot of energy in here once you shut off the lights and you don't have it as full. Because that's what me and Phoebe were talking about during your speech, is that there were so many people here, it was hard to read. Because you have just so many people's energies going around. Even now it feels like that. That's the weird part for me. I still feel people coming in and just the energy flowing in and out of the building.
I mean, this place is full of items. You want to bring the item back that you showed us before?
The ones back there?
Yeah.
I think they're mostly Madonnas or Virgin Marys, right? But yeah, those were idols from Brazil.
In Brazilian, they're into straight up witchcraft.
Evan, is it okay if you continue this on with the SB7? I'm just going to take a walk.
Yeah, man.
I feel like if I'm alone, I might get some stuff too.
Ready. Waiting for connection. Now.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Switch is on the bottom. I just shut off and then that doesn't make any sense because the switch is right there.
Yeah, come on, give that to me. We're going to do a little thing around.
You just see this part right here?
Yep. As you spin it a little bit.
Yep.
So let me test it. All right, guys, this is us now. We're going to go unhinged. Uh-oh, it's acting weird. That's what happens.
It's ready.
What is?
Wait. All right, y'all. This is a legit shrunken head.
Even when it dies, it just stuff it off. Who's standing over by the shrunken head? Evan!
I heard it. Oh, come on. It always happens to me. I'm always the guy.
That's awesome. That's all yours. It's working now.
You guys heard that? I'm way over here next to this lassie. Come on, scary ass.
Here's some mood lighting. When we were in there, Edward just let all of his emotions and stuff.
All right.
Now,
In SB7 mode.
It should be like high now. Yeah. Like
Let's let the crowd and the experts, which are us, which we're not. You know what it's like? It's if someone doesn't know how to play cards. You get lucky, right?
is that the robot?
I totally saw it too. That up there, right?
Yeah.
That was on because we were just saying how we're going to be alone now. We're going to get good stuff.
I heard that and it was like plain as day with that was.
I
Did you
saw
make
it
that
too.
go off?
Yeah. You guys saw that too. That went on. If there's a light,
On camera?
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
If this light goes on over here, that light over here, then we know it wasn't us, right? Because it has to get close. You have to get close to it. All right. Here we go. What do you want to do? Let's see.
I wonder if that lady in our tiki bar doesn't appreciate just having to watch us drink every Thursday. She'd rather be doing something else.
Imagine. I think maybe she wants to tell her story, which would be like, why did, do you know, you
How
don't
did you
know,
wind up like that?
no one knows, right?
No one knows.
No.
Not that we know of.
I
Maybe
mean,
somebody on there knows.
Look at her. I bet you, some people just have a knack for it. I bet you she does. All right. Let's re-up everyone who we are.
I'm Phoebe. I'm the vice president of the Adventurers Club.
How cool. And
I'm Rich. I'm the president of the Adventurers Club.
wow. And my name is Evan B. Stone. I'm a dabble in the paranormal. I'm an adventure filmmaker, and I'm trying to get it on tape, and I want to get some evidence because I want to believe, and I got a personal
It's
story.
very X-Files.
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker, so I want to get it on film. My story is I want to maybe talk to someone that did pass.
A particular person?
Yeah, it's personal. All right, I don't want to get into that. I get emotional. It's okay. All right, here we go. You need to see.
To see.
I need to see just what I was talking about.
I think her eyes are closed. Maybe ask her if she'd rather have a different spot in the club.
Okay, your turn. I think.
Ask if,
Do you have a question, Rich?
ask her if she'd rather be in a different spot rather than the tiki bar. Hey.
I just, sorry about that. That was really weird. I just went back into that room and I sat right in that same chair. Evan, I'm going to ask you, I think you should take your Instagram, go walk in that room and tell me what you feel. And I'm going to tell you right now, just go do it. Trust me.
Okay, we're getting some good stuff here too.
Were you?
Oh yeah, we're just flexing right off the bat. I was saying how I'm searching for someone myself, and right away it said like,
Need to see or something like that.
yeah, you need to see, like you need to see it to believe it, which is right off the bat, bam.
Oh, Jesus. Scared the shit out of
Oh my God, good. Boy, sit on over here, Craig.
me. Come and join us.
All
Craig's
right.
another member. You know him. He was the one that interviewed Evan.
Oh shit, it's on. Hey, Cameron, are you here? Let's get everyone here.
Sounds good.
All right, so this is Craig Carroll.
I think that the shrunken head might not like her position in the tiki bar.
Let's make her happy.
I'm gonna bring my son.
That's
There's some folks in the wing here, and we're just gonna bring them all out.
She said she needed to see because she can't see anything from over there.
It is foggy in there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe we need to clean off the glass.
We're gonna bring our two 16-year-old sons in who I don't know if they ever even asked if they believe. All right, so we got these two young bucks here. All right, okay. What's your name?
Cameron Stone.
I'm Max Carroll.
Okay, do you guys believe in anything afterlife or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say I do. I'm not really super religious, but yeah, I believe there's an afterlife.
Wow. Cameron?
Yeah, I don't really believe in anything, but probably an afterlife or something.
Yeah, see, the
Higher power.
So there's really, we're at a base level here. You know, I was bar mitzvah, I don't remember it. But at least they threw something in me. But these kids never been to church or nothing, not my kid. How about you? You have.
I have been to church many times. I went to a Catholic school.
Did they teach you about the Holy Ghost or anything like that?
Yes, they did. I had to read the entire Bible.
And was it good storytelling or?
It was interesting. It was definitely an interesting experience.
Cameron, have you ever any religion?
No.
It's funny, the guy that's the preacher's son that's running the spirit box.
Who's that, you?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting what you said about the glass being foggy, and we heard her say need to see,
Yeah.
Oh.
and it being such a out of the way place. I wonder if she'd rather be over there next to those saints.
Is that
Because we
from the
heard
same
something
area?
from the saint. That's a good question, because it's not Borneo. It's the tribe is
I thought it's Brazil.
the Colombia, South America.
Oh, yeah, they're up there.
So this is from South America, from the Momera in Brazil's Mato Grosso. So this is from Brazil, and those saints were brought into Brazil. Those
Okay. So they're both from Brazil. Yeah. I think maybe it's just because she's behind the foggy glass at the tiki bar.
maybe.
I think maybe having a place for her that's because that's the one thing that you guys said when we came in. They were like, "Oh yeah, you've seen everything, but have you seen the Shrunken Head?"
Definitely one of the highlights of the club. People love.
Why don't you ask if she would be happy if we clean the glass, or if it's something more?
Okay. Would you be happy if they cleaned the glass?
No.
No.
Nope.
That was a straight answer.
So it's
Wow.
something more.
That was freaky.
Yeah.
We need a new place.
That's creepy. Spirit box is pretty incredible. How does that work? It goes through FM transmissions, and they just are able to come through it. Yo, do you
That was
want your
magic.
spot to be moved?
I might have heard entrance. Ask her if it would be better if she was in the foyer.
Would you like to be in the area where everybody walks in so they can see you? It's weird. Do you feel like you're on display but not for the reasons that you want? Yeah, it's a problem.
Then again, doesn't have to be a woman.
Oh,
Did that just go off?
Oh, look off again.
oh, it's going off. I just saw it go off twice.
Yes.
That's where she wants
What's
to
it
be.
pointing at?
Is that where you want to be? If so, can you make that go off again?
Oh, God.
Well, thank you for showing us with not just the SV7, but the REM pod. REM pods are extremely hard to go off. You actually have to go up and put your hand next to the antenna.
So,
4 or 5 times tonight. And my REM pods, I had one for almost like 3 years. It went off maybe 3 times in those 3 years.
that device back there that went off, obviously no one's back there because my camera was shooting right here.